Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. So I'm going to be doing love and career separately. So I'm going to be starting with love. For those of you not interested, check the timestamp below and go right to your career. I just feel the need to separate them. I know it confuses you guys sometimes when I do the joint reading, so I separate it. Not a big deal. So I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to get right into the love read. As far as the energy going on this week, we do have on the 12th. So this is going to be covering from the week of the 10th. So on the 12th, we have Jupiter is going to be sextiling Neptune. And this is a longer term aspect. This is the third one we've had this year, right? We had one in February, one in July. This is the third go at this. This is we're going to be widening our minds though a lot. Lots of different experiences. Practical considerations could take a back seat right now. We're going to be feeling very generous, very compassionate. It's going to be increased, right? Our faith is going to be increased right now. And I think we could all use a little bit of that right now. Could we not? So that's pretty good, generally speaking. And then on the 13th, we have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. For you guys, it's happening in the 7th. Oh, Taurus, you know, you got stuff going on in the 7th, right? You've had Mercury retrograde, Mars retrograde in there. You have that until the middle of November, which is okay. I mean, it's just, you know, pulling things back, needing to reassess, reevaluate, do a lot of this. And you can have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And there, you're going to be thinking a lot about past relationships, different kinds of partnerships, for a lot of you, even having to do with work, deep soul connections, having to do with friends, family. So you're going to be doing a lot of reminiscing in that way right now, okay? But then we have on the 16th, we have a new moon in Libra at 11 degrees. It is a 4-degree conjunction with the sun, guys, so we are going to be in our fields. But the thing is, when we have this kind of conjunction, the sun is making us see things and realize things that we feel that maybe we haven't been able to see up to this point. So I think that is a good thing. This is a pretty potent energy that we're dealing with, and this is just a start of a good cycle where committing to personal goals is going to seem a little easier. I like, there's a lot of peace and harmony here are the goals, but there's a fine balancing act that needs to be had along the way, requiring some commitment and effort, because we do have this new moon is going to be in like a kind of tense configuration opposing this retrograde Mars, and it'll be squaring Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. That stellium that's happening in your 9th house, which has to do with your belief system. So what this is going to mean here, it's suggesting here that you're very ready to learn and grow from some sort of situation that's been going on with you, Taurus, some sort of block, some sort of challenges that you've been having. Now, Venus, the ruler of this new moon, just saying, opposing Neptune suggests that we're going to feel like, or maybe we really will be, battling some sort of overblown expectations having to do with something in our life. Whether it's personal relationships on more of a global level, whatever it is, but you know, I don't know what, you know, whatever your chart is, but the cardinal signs, right, which would be Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, are going to be feeling it the most significantly. So you guys won't be feeling it as significantly, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful energy. It really is. Okay, cards just are like flopping out. This is such a big deck. Let's get some crowning for our friends. Chariot, Taurus. Chariot energy is the crowning energy for you guys for this week. It's about moving away from taking action. It's about action and change. So moving away from something that was toxic. The Chariot is connected to the Cancer energy. Cancer is all about that metaphorical home space. You know, where we feel like we'll belong. And it's moving away from toxicity. So for those of you in relationship, if you've been arguing a lot, maybe you're moving away from the toxicity of the arguing. Some of you, if you're in a toxic relationship, you know, where the person is toxic that you're in, this could be a moving away from that as well right now. Start with the Ace of Coins and the Two of Coins. There's the past. These two are the present. This is the near future, and this is the final outcome. Working with the Princess of Cups, the Strength energy. Okay, we have a Tower, Queen of Cups. Remember, the Tower energy could always be internal as well as external. So it would be ridiculous to say that every Taurus, you're all breaking up, you're all getting divorced. It's ridiculous, right? Obviously, also depends on what else you have in your chart. But a Tower energy can certainly mean the ending to a belief system and a way of approaching something. You know, a way of being, basically, having to do with the relationship, within the relationship. But let's go through it. So we have, in the recent past, we have the Ace of Coins and the Princess of Cups. So the Ace of Coins is about keeping it within relationship. Coins could be mental, physical, and emotional connection, right? So it could be this new connection that you were feeling, or you connected in a new way, right? And that's working with the Princess of Cups. So again, this is about, there's newness here, right? I mean, this is definitely a new energy. It's a new sharing. So I feel like for those of you resonating with this, you know, in the past, right? I don't feel like this is or you guys could have found each other again, meaning like there was either reconnection, or you guys maybe were in a weird space and you found each other again. You know what I mean? Now this is working with the Two of Coins, which is about weighing many options and having to decide between two things. Now again, because it's mental, physical, emotional connection, because it's a relationship read, right? Being confused between, do I want to be in this relationship or not? Do I want to be with this person, or do I want to be with that person? If you're not feeling a Taurus, maybe the person that you're with is feeling this sense of vacillation. And we have the idea of the Strength energy here. Now, I do have to say the Strength energy is a Leo energy. And the fact that we're getting, so Leo's a beautiful energy. It's the 5th house energy. It's about self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, being courageous, doing something with a big heart. But, you know, and you're going to know how this resonates with you. The shadow manifestation could be somebody being very entrenched in their ego and their own beliefs and their own ideologies and the way they want something to be and the way they want something to move forward, right? Because this is a fire energy. And this could end up creating this confusion where either you or your partner could be in this space where it's like, wow, like, I don't know if I even want to be in this, if I could be in this, right? It's kind of like I am vibing that because the Two of Coins means this, okay, you know, first of all, it's a multitasking energy, but it's like, all right, I have to make a decision. And I feel like you're trying to be true to yourself, Taurus, but at the same time, there might be ego issue, either that you're experiencing in your partner or that you're exercising within your own self. And, you know, when we have the Knight of Wands energy here, you know, this is about very free-spirited, kind of a very lusty and free-spirited, very creative energy. This could indicate somebody meeting somebody new and it ending the relationship. I do want to just say there end up being, all right, somebody meets somebody new and it ends up being confusion, because the Seven of Cups is confusion. It's about commitment issues. It's about having too many choices. And when we have the Queen of Cups, though, this is a very nurturing, cultivating energy. The Queen of Cups is a nice, I like it because it's Gemini and Cancer. So Gemini is all about communication and Cancer is about what do you need to feel safe? What do you need to feel grounded and rooted in something? So really getting in touch with what it is that you want, need, and desire. And I do see there being some sort of transition. Now for some of you, this is going to be a relationship ending, kind of because you've either met somebody new or because as this Knight of Wands energy, it's you and you're feeling very free spirit and you're feeling very creative and you don't want to feel held down in a relationship, where some of you may be feeling very held back, or somebody that you're dealing with is feeling held back. I feel like there's just like not a meeting of the minds here. And the reason I'm saying that is because when we have the Tower and the Queen of Cups, it seems like there is not let's call it proper messaging when it comes to what the two of you want, need, and desire in relationship, or maybe even just within yourself, for those of you who are single. You know, for those of you who are single, though, I do see you being very ready to meet somebody, you putting your heart out there, but you might have this very sort of strict, sort of like a strict list of things that you want to stick to as far as what it is that you want, need, and desire. And that strict list may be the thing that needs to come down, Taurus, right? When it comes to relationships, for those of you who have not been with anybody, because the second you release, you know, they have to have this, this, and this, and they have to be this, this, and this, and you know, all of that. You know, once you release that, you really get in touch with what it is that you really do need, actually, that maybe you haven't been, you know, telling yourself the full story. You know, we all do that sometimes. Yeah, well, I thought I wanted this and I thought I needed that, but as it turns out, I'm not feeling comfortable with this, or somebody else is not feeling comfortable. But there is this idea of something ending, and this idea of commitment issues being a thing right now. And there's fear of commitment here, I have to tell you, because when we have the Seven of Cups, is the fear of commitment with communicating about what somebody wants, needs, and desires. This could be the kind of thing where maybe you are worrying about your partner or somebody that you are into, their fear of commitment. Like, why don't they call me more? Why don't they pay more attention to me? Why don't we go out more? Why, you know, could certainly be that kind of energy. But I feel like there's a lot of change going on right now, Taurus. I mean, I gave a number of examples of how it could be manifesting for you guys. But let's look at the near future. We have the Eight of Wands, which is awesome. We have the Nine of Coins, which is really nice. We have the Five of Swords, which is great in reverse. We like, not all reversals are bad. Somebody else got this. I think Aries got it. And then we have the Eight of Coins. Okay, listen, these are pretty good. I mean, we have the Nine of Coins, which is about focusing on solo pleasures. This is about focusing on taking care of yourself, focusing on recognizing what you want and need in relationship. This could also be focusing on, you know, what the relationship needs as well, like what's missing. You know, the Nine of Pentacles, when it comes to relationship, it could be sitting down and saying, oh, it's because it's right before Ten of Pentacles, which is a deepening of commitment and a deepening of communication. So in the Nine of Pentacles, we're like, all right, what's missing? How do we need to change this strategy? You know, exactly. But now some of you, we have this Eight of Wands. Those of you who are not in connection with somebody, or you're waiting to hear back from somebody, the Eight of Wands is a great energy, because this is about really good news coming in that incites a very quick change. Very quick change. So really, really nice. And then we have that working with the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords energy in reverse is great, because this is about a fair fight, right? This is about peace after some sort of trouble that you guys may have had. This is also like I would say pulling somebody's pants down, being caught, somebody getting caught now. That sounds very sort of ominous, but it could just be something as simple as you guys having a conversation and you or your partner saying like that one thing that sets a light bulb off, and you're like, I didn't even think about that. You know, where it's like the way either you've been or they've been, it's almost like this truth comes out. You understand? Because it's swords. Again, it's swords of communication and truth. So I do like that. And then we have this working with the Eight of Coins energy, which is great, because this is about mastering what's necessary to make this connection work. And when the Eight of Pentacles is about staying open as well. It's staying open to the understanding that something new needs to be learned. We can't close ourselves off in the Eight of Pentacles energy. It's not a good idea. And it's trying to strategize in order to move something forward, right? And then it's in the Nine of Pentacles energy where we sit down and have that conversation. All right, what do we need to do that's different? How can we make this work? Okay, now in the final outcome, we have the Knight of Swords, the Magician. Okay, good. The Knight of Swords. Okay, some sort of truth coming in. Good. The Queen of Swords. We have a lot of truth coming in, and we have the need to make a decision. Whenever we have the Lover's energy is all about, it's partnership, it's deep love, yeah, but it's a choice. And it's a choice where both parties have to be on board. Everybody's got to be on the same page. And it's this, okay, there are issues here. We have to work together, right? It's got the blessing of Archangel Raphael. It's a great energy. Queen of Swords has got to figure it out as soon as everybody walks in the room. Total honesty. Queen of Swords is like throwing it all out on the table. So I like that we got all this energy here with the swords. And Knight of Swords, there's going to be a little argument, not going to lie. Okay, not going to lie. And this is the thing though. This is pretty important. Okay, you ready? There's going to be some sort of lifestyle change. And I know that sounds kind of like, what? Am I moving? No, we have a lifestyle within a relationship, the way we do relationship, the way we are. Now, for some of you, yeah, maybe some of you are getting married. Maybe some of you are deciding to get divorced. Everybody's story is going to be a little different, but the Knight of Swords energy always incites some sort of lifestyle change. The way you do in the relationship is going to be changing, okay? But it's working with the Magician, and this is why I think this is good, because there's focused creativity going on here. There's turning visions into reality. This is a very inspired action, and the Magician being a Mercury energy, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is about, it's the student. It's about the ability to learn, the ability to communicate. Some of you may be meeting somebody brand new online. You're communicating with them. But it's also the 6th house energy, which is our health, our mental, physical, and emotional health. So there's this coming together where there's going to be this conversation that's going to incite healing, that's going to incite healing within you, within the relationship, if the relationship needs to be healed. You know, not every Taurus needs to heal their relationship, right? But it's going to be based on truth. It's going to be based on truth. So, I mean, I like that. So we have Jupiter, which is all about luck and expansion. Very nice. And we have the 9th house, which is your belief system, right? There's a lot going on with the 9th house because it's where the stellium's been hanging out. They're still there. They're just not all retrograde anymore. So there's going to be some changes, Taurus. There's going to be changes in your belief system. And then we have Pisces, which is, you know, don't feel like you're martyring yourself. You know, try to stay in the positive manifestation of this energy. Let yourself dream. Let yourself go there. Allow the beautiful conversations to happen about what it is that you want, need, and desire. And try not to fall onto the negative manifestation of Pisces, which could be feeling like a martyr, feeling like you need to appease somebody. We have the Queen of Pentacles. I'm using the Cat Tarot to get these final messages because they're cute and life's just too serious. So I thought a little fun. I'm going to be whipping out my Halloween deck next week. So I'm going to start having a little fun with the cards. Queen of Pentacles, resourceful, fertile, careful if you don't want to get pregnant. This is the energy of the domestic sphere as well. So some of you may be deciding to actually ultimately move in together, have children together, talk about your future in those areas and what it is that you want. We have this working with the Knight of Swords. Again, lifestyle change, guys. You guys are talking about lifestyle change. I don't think that's a bad thing, especially not with the Magician over there, and not with the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm liking this for you. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Very patient, putting in the hard work, doing what's with, you know, this, then that, being patient and growing this relationship. So I actually really like this for you guys. This is pretty awesome. All right, so let's just pull in a Black Moon card, and then we are going to sweep this and go to career. Okay. These Jumbroni cards that we have. Solar eclipse, revolution. I'm telling you, lots of change going on here. Beautiful. Revolution. So, you know, what is a revolt? A revolt is the need to turn something over, because there is a realization, right? There's realization and something needs to be turned over. Maybe not the best energy for what's going on in society right now, I suppose, but you know, within the relationship, it's almost like this beautiful air clearing. Do you know what I mean? It's like that calm after the storm sort of thing. So I feel like that's what's going to be happening for you guys in your relationship, Taurus. If you guys don't want to stick around for the career, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what's crack-a-lacking for your career. Why don't we pull a Magic of You Oracle? Let's pull a Magic of You Oracle. Honor your mystical creative force, Taurus. That is really, really beautiful. You know, I just especially like that just because of you're going through a lot with your belief system, it seems like. And what it is that you feel like you want to do. So, you know, and a lot of you guys are ruled by Venus, right? So a lot of you guys are very, very creative. And this is about getting in touch with that, you know, going deep and figuring out, get in touch with your Venus energy. You know, anything that's about the five senses. Is this something that can play a role in how you approach your career? And guys, we can approach our career creatively regardless of what we do, right? So feeling that, Ace of Wands, nice. Okay. Oh, I like the Fool. I like the Fool. I like the Knight of Cups. I like the Queen of Cups. Yes, I'm liking this for you, Taurus. This is good. Okay. Wands. Little confusion mixed in with some news coming in. We have the World as the final outcome. The best card in the deck, working with the Magician. Fabulous. It just says. We have coming into this energy, Ace of Wands, King of Wands. And this is working with the Strength energy and the Nine of Cups. So I feel like a lot of you guys have had some sort of new inspiration, some sort of new urge to create. Some sort of new project offered to you, or at least setting your mind on something new that you really want to move forward in. And with the King of Wands, you're very, very, God, you're just so creative. I mean, this is again an incredibly creative energy, the King of Wands. King of Wands too, it's a Cancer and Leo energy, right? Leo's very creative. And what I like about this is whatever you have your sights set on as far as your a creative endeavor. And guys, again, even if you like work with numbers or whatever, it doesn't, there are ways to handle something from a very creative way. But I think you guys know that, but I want to just remind you of that. And Tauruses are very creative in their approach with pretty much everything. But it's also with Cancer, right? And Cancer is about the fourth house of home, of safety. It's metaphorical home more, right? In this case, where it's, you know, you're going to feel very grounded and rooted in the direction that you're going. So you're feeling like you're very creative about something. Look at this, fabulous. I mean, we have the Strength energy working here as well. This is about, again, self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, being very courageous. You know, keep it in balance though, Taurus, right? We have to keep it real, right? The bull gang hanging out with the Leos. There could be a little ego, something going on, a little out of whack, can be. So just a little forewarned, just to be forearmed, right? But it's working with your wish fulfillment energy, right? True material abundance. Your health being really good. Figuring things out is a better way of putting it. Okay, now right now we have the Knight of Wands working with the Queen of Wands, working with the Five of Swords, okay, some sort of conflict, working with the Page of Swords. Ooh, so we have a little bit of gossip, it seems like. There might be some sort of gossip that you're needing to contend with regarding your career, maybe at your career, right? Because this is, first of all, this could be... Five is always conflict. Swords are truth, right? So this can be some sort of like just blow up regarding your career. It could be at your workplace. The Five of Swords energy, though, could also be very internal where you're arguing with yourself. But this is also a theft energy. And whenever we get theft with swords, I always feel like it can be in the way of like deflection and gaslighting and somebody playing some sort of like mental games with you. Mental, you know, this sort of like... negative mental gymnastics, right? And it's working here with, we do have the Page of Swords here too, which has to do with like gossip and prying eyes and people not minding their business and getting in your stuff and like, leave me alone, let me do me, you do you kind of energy. But while this is going on and while you may be feeling this, look what's going off. Look what you're holding on to. Some nice light bulbs, some good ideas. You're holding on to some good ideas. But you're trying to balance between where you're at now, where your ideas are going to take you, and any potential negative nonsense that might be surrounding you right now, right? You're just not going to want to deal. We get the Queen of Wands, we get the Knight of Wands. You know what? We had these two nice Wands energies. So let's talk about the Queen of Wands first, right? Queen of Wands, very feisty, very confident, very self-assured, very get the hell out of my way, because you are this very creative spirit right now. And it's almost like you're ready to throw caution to the wind and do you and be you, even if it is, you know, taking a gamble in some way. I just feel like so many of you have not been happy with your careers. So many, especially Taurus risings, but to a little bit of a lesser degree Taurus suns and Taurus moons too. Oh no, to a lesser degree Taurus moons, to be honest. But yeah, all right. Anyway, so we have in the near future, we have the Fool, we have the Hangman. I want to correct that. The Taurus moons have been feeling more like, oh, something needs to be adjusted. It's more of like a day-to-day scheduling thing. It's more like a work environment kind of thing, right, with the Taurus moons. So we have the Fool. The Fool is all about fresh hope, taking chances, some sort of new beginning. But there's a little confusion here, because the Hangman brings this idea of, oh, you know what, I need to look at this differently, right? You need to get a different perspective. This is about gaining wisdom from this different perspective. But a lot of times, because the Hangman is Neptune, and Neptune rules Pisces, again, that negative shadow element to Pisces can be this feeling like one is martyring oneself, or one needs to sacrifice oneself for some reason or another. We have this working with the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. Guys, these are two really good cards, okay? Because the Knight of Cups is about this awesome offer coming in, this awesome proposal. There's a proposal coming into you, and it's coming in the way of text message, snail mail, email, phone call. Eight of Wands is all about good news coming in, and there being a quick, speedy action that's needed to respond to it, almost like a frenetic energy. So you're going to go from the Hangman energy is kind of like pressing the pause button, but there's a new proposal coming in that is meant to push you forward. Why would you feel confused about it? That's something that you guys are going to each need to work out individually, because guys, honestly, the energy is saying you got the World, something is completed, there's been some sort of lesson learned. Maybe what you needed to learn in that job is done. If you're resonating with this as far as your career, those of you who are in college, you know, maybe you're going to be finishing up, you know, now, or maybe you're realizing, I just hate what I'm studying. So like I got what I needed to from that, and now I'm ready to go in this other direction. It's going really well. You got to understand that the World is the completed Saturn lesson. So whatever lesson, whatever gift is given here, it lasts decades and decades and decades long. So it's really nice. And having this with the Queen of Cups energy, you know, Gemini and Cancer energy, Queen of Cups is Gemini and Cancer. It's having the realization, and it's also learning whatever you need to be in that place of safety, in that place of security, of feeling like you're at home in something, right? Some of you may be dealing with a very nurturing person, a very healing person. You might be healing yourselves in this total outcome as a result of making these decisions to move yourself forward in a particular way. Loving it with the Three of Cups. Beautiful. This is about you having a great circle of support. This is about friendship. This is about celebration. And just being happy. This is a very sort of like, I've been through a bit, and now I'm just going to like celebrate because I made this decision. You know, I made the decision. And then the Magician is about very focused creativity and turning those visions into reality, very inspired action. It is learning something new. It is working that newness into your day-to-day work environment. It's making the changes in how you do your day-to-day. So this is you putting yourself out there. Maybe you're networking, maybe you're taking some sort of workshop, or you're just learning something new. You're communicating differently, but there's new learning. This third house and sixth house energy come together with the Magician because it's Mercury, and Mercury rules both of those houses. Again, it has to do with communication, learning, your day-to-day work environment, the people that you work with. It also has to do with your health. So there being a beautiful alchemical process where you're going to be learning something new, and it's going to be changing your day-to-day, and it's going to be very, very healing for you. Really, really nice. So I do like that. Okay. Let's pull an Astro card. Eighth house. What eighth house stuff? A lot of people with the 8th house. 8th house, intimacy. Okay. 8th house doesn't only mean intimacy. This is a career read. 8th house means other people's money. It means investments in any investments that you have in the stock market. This has to do with inheritance, any sort of insurance payouts. It has to do with taxes. It has to do with money that your partner has. It also has to do with any money that any capital that you might have, anyone who you're in business with, what are they bringing to the table, kind of thing. So that's definitely going to be a little bit in the forefront here. But it's intense. It's an intense energy. There's no question. I really like that we got the South Node with the 12th house energy, because there needs to be this release in the way you thought something was going to be. And we got Gemini here, which is about, which I said, about the 3rd house. It's about learning, communicating, learning something new, reaching out, networking online, whatever it is. But it's releasing something that because the South Node right now is in Sagittarius. South Node of the moon right now is in Sag, right? And Sag is that 9th house energy, what has to do with our belief system, right? It's all about that belief system. And right now, that's right where the stellium is for you guys. So a lot of you have felt very sort of dug in, heels dug into your belief system as far as what it is that you want or don't want moving forward. And now it's going to be lightening up, and you're going to be realizing that you're going to feel very called to sort of edit your dreams and what it is that you ultimately want for yourself. So that is what I have for you, my Taurus friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.